Hi everybody. This is a seed pod for Asclepias purpurescens or purple milkweed. I live in New Jersey. It's common. It's native here, not very common. And I love this plant because, well, it's not super aggressive. It doesn't spread crazy, especially if you take the seeds out when they're ready. And I thought I'd show you how to do that. So I kind of walked around my milkweed plant and I sort of just squeezed it a little bit, and there seems to be some air in there. At first the seeds are white, attached to the white floss, which you'll see in a moment. But as they mature and dry, they turn brown. And purple milkweed is interesting because the seeds have a slight purple hue to them. So, yeah, it feels like there's some air in here. So the other thing is the seed pod has like this little division or slit. So if this was still on the plant, and it was just a moment ago, I could peek by kind of doing this. Oops, I see brown seeds. So this is perfect. I could leave this on the plant and let the seeds blow around all over the place. But by me, most people don't plant natives and they have a lot of mowing and leaf blowing going on. So I worry about where that plant's going to end up because I don't want monarch butterflies, caterpillars on the plant if it's going to get mowed down. So I plant milkweed deliberately. So as you see, it's got some mature seeds in there. And you want to go, this is where it was attached to the plant. And then this is the top, I guess you could say. This is where I want to grab the insides from this section, because my goal is to save the floss. And it's really hard to save the floss once the seed head is dried, split open, and you're seeing the seeds. It's very hard because the floss is so dry. It's really hard to manage. So here we go. So I'm going to open this. Okay. And I'm going to grab the top section of the floss. This is a little past its prime to do. Give me a sec. It's a big seed pod. There we go. So this is what I do. Okay. So these are the seeds, and this is the floss. Birds love this floss, and I put it out in early spring, actually, and all summer for nesting birds to take from a suet feeder or something. So if you have the top, the pointy side, I pinch it, and then I just go like this. Gets the seeds off. It's actually usually easier than this, so I waited a little bit too long. I've been busy. What can I say? Life. Okay. So that's the seeds off. It's sticky. Don't get that sticky feeling on your hands and touch your face or eyes. Not good. Okay. And if you do, you're going to want to wash your eyes. So there's some more seeds here. So I'm going to take these off. I thought I could do a neater job for you all. Okay. So I pretty much have the seeds off. One more. And I have this whole center area. There's another seed. So what I do, this was really easy. It would have been easier about a week earlier, is I take my little zippy bag and I put it inside, and I hold that top pointy section. Oh, there's another seed. And another seed. Okay. And I do this. Okay. I don't usually save that, but I guess I could. And I put all of that floss in the bag. And it gets a little crazy. I will have to vacuum. And then I move on. I could look down here and I see this is just floss that got out of my hand. That's something that does happen for me. I was doing this with swamp milkweed, and it was a pleasure because I did it about a week and a half ago, and it was the floss was still kind of damp and not wispy like this, where it would blow around. But this is one way the plant will propagate, by blowing around and self-seeding. So I do this, put that in there, and then what I do is I'll leave this on the table overnight with just something over it a little bit, but the bag open so that all the moisture can escape. And I just keep going, and I save that floss for next year. Take out all your seeds, and there you go. Purple milkweed seeds. They feel a little damp, so I will leave them on the tray overnight and let them get bone dry. And then I put them in a plastic little, jar or something in the fridge, and I store them there. And sometimes I give them away. Sometimes I grow them for people and I give the plants away. I have about 40 seed pods, so you can just imagine I have a surplus of purple milkweed seeds. So if you live in an area that is native to purple milkweed, I'm more than willing to pop it in an envelope and stick a sticker on it and mail it to you. These plants need some cold, moist stratification, which means you don't plant these in the summer and expect them to grow. They have to go through a natural dormancy and breaking of dormancy, which is usually 60 days cold, moist stratification. I could be wrong. It could be 30. So planting these outdoors in the fall and marking, where they'll get rain, and marking a spot, marking it so you know it's there. They should grow. I've never had a problem. I hear some people have problems with this. I've not had problems with this plant growing and germinating and all that. You can get your information about this particular plant from prairiemoon.com, prairiemoon.com. Search purple milkweed. Then scroll down and search for range map, and you could see if it's in your area. For me, it's native and rare, so I knew I had to have it because that's how I roll. If you're interested in seeds and you don't really care about reaching out to me and having me mail them to you, I would do that for you, no problem. Plant native. Bye.